What's up, everybody? We're back. We're back. Girl, we talked about e-money, the whole damn thing, but it's like a really good conversation. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are back for another video, honey. We are back again. Check it to wreck it. Let's begin. Party on, party people. Let me hear some noise. Jump, 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 jump for joy. What did he say? Party over here, party over here. Something shake your derriere. Ooh, there it is. Remember that song? Woo, there it is. That song went nuts. Woo, there it is. They were playing in that basketball game, all sporting events and everything. That song went crazy. Whoop, there it is. So we down here smoking reefer, talking shit. Let me get my lighter. I found I was like, what's in here? Is something in here? Yes, there is a little reefer. I thought it was gone. I mean, I thought it was just like the crutch, but it's a whole little thing in there. I gotta get some more today, as a matter of fact. Anyway, so we are down here, girl. We don't have nothing to talk about. I haven't kept up with any of the stories, so let's see. Okay, I'm gonna see where you guys tag me. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. I got my AARP membership. I'm about to start getting some stuff for being an old lady. Thank you, Nikki Star. Let's see what this is.
Let me tell you something. When a black man goes on a television show to find love with white women and all he does is drag black women, that's not about preference. That's internalized hatred. Black man goes on a television show to find love with white women and all he does is drag black women. That's not about preference. That's internalized hatred.
My name is T, 40 years old. I own my own dump truck business.
Very good. What would you say you're looking for in a real one?
This right here, man. SnowBunnies.
Oh, you like the white women?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that's why you're here, and I'm happy to have you here. Sure. Now, let's go for this. In relationships, there are heartbreakers, deal breakers, red flags. What's something you wouldn't tolerate in a relationship?
I don't date black women.
Well, okay, that doesn't have anything to do with a deal breaker. So can you focus on qualities, not color, but qualities you don't like?
Okay, well, I don't like a loud woman.
Okay.
White women are quiet. Black women are loud.
Once again, I don't need you to mention or disrespect black women. There's loud women in every culture. So can you move forward without mentioning race or ethnicity or?
Okay, so I like a woman that's submissive, right?
Okay.
White women, they listen. Black women don't listen to me.
Okay, if you're going to be disrespectful to black women, then I'm going to ask you to leave.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Okay, so I have mentioned color.
Okay.
So give me a quality. So you don't like loud.
Yes.
You want a submissive woman.
Yes.
You have one more.
Yes.
Without color.
I like nice hair when I could rub my fingers through it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
White women, hair silky. Black women, nappy wigs falling all off at the club. You know what I mean? Dry.
You're being disrespectful. Okay, that's enough. I'm gonna ask you to leave if you can't be respectful.
Well,
so okay.
Have a good one.
Okay.
Thank
yeah.
you.
If you can't,
I keep it real. All right.
Okay. It doesn't matter. That's not real. That's rude, and there is a difference. So
if the show is about him finding love with white women, why is he repeatedly bringing up what he doesn't like about black women? See, a preference is about something that you like. Internalized hatred is about something you've been taught to dislike, especially when it's about your own people. And when you can't even describe your type without taking shots at black women, even when they're not even a part of the dating pool, you're not just sharing your taste. You're reinforcing every racist, sexist stereotype that this country has ever thrown at them. And the fact that the host had to tell him multiple times, like, bro, just say what you want without bringing up race, shows how deep this runs. It's not enough for him to say, I like this. He also says, I don't like that. and that is always his own women. White supremacy's greatest trick wasn't just oppressing us, it was teaching us how to oppress each other. So when a black man uses his platform to tear down black women, it's just not exposing them, it's exposing him also. Let me tell you something.
My name is T, 40 years old. I own my own dump truck business.
Very cool. What would you say you're looking for in a real one?
It's right here, man. SnowBunnies.
Oh, you like the white women?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that's why you're here, and I'm happy to have you here.
Nigga, you couldn't have no access to me calling me a fucking snow bunny. Girl, y'all, the white ladies, do you like when men call you snow bunnies? That is so disrespectful to me. I mean, we might say it in jest, but don't call me that if you're trying to look for partnership, girl. Ugh.
Now let's go for this. In relationships, there are heartbreakers, deal breakers, red flags. What's something you wouldn't tolerate in a relationship?
I don't date black women.
Well, okay, that doesn't have anything to do with a deal breaker.
You got three pops on
can you
that.
focus on qualities, not color, but qualities you don't like?
Okay, well, I don't like a loud woman.
Okay.
White women are quiet. Black women.
That's not true. That's actually simply not true. White women were the ones who started the feminist movement. Hello? So they ain't quiet, baby. They ain't quiet. You niggas are fucking sick in the head, psychotic.
Are loud.
Once again, I don't need you to mention or disrespect black women. There's loud women in every culture. So can you move forward without mentioning race or ethnicity or...
Okay, so I like a woman that's submissive, right?
Okay.
White women, they listen. Black women don't listen to me.
Okay, if you're going to be disrespectful to black women, then I'm going to ask you to leave.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Okay, so I have mentioned color.
Okay.
So give me a quality. So you don't like loud.
Yes.
You want a submissive woman.
Yes.
You have one more.
Yes.
Without color.
I like nice hair. Well, I could rub my fingers through it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
White women, hair silky. Black women, nappy wigs falling all off at the club. You know what I mean?
Dry. You're being disrespectful. Okay, that's enough. I'm gonna ask you to leave if you can't be respectful.
Well,
so okay.
Have a good one.
Okay. Yeah. If you can't,
I keep it real. All right.
Okay. It doesn't matter. That's not real. That's rude, and there is a difference. So
if the show is about him falling in love with white women, why is he repeatedly bringing up what he doesn't like about black women? See, a preference is about something that you like. Internalized hatred is about something you've been taught to dislike, especially when it's about your own people. And when you can't even describe your type without taking shots at black women, even when they're not even a part of the dating pool, you're not just sharing your taste. You're reinforcing every racist, sexist stereotype that this country has ever thrown at them. And the fact that the host had to tell him multiple times, like, bro, just say what you want without bringing up race, shows how deep this runs. It's not enough for him to say, I like this. He also says, I don't like that. And that is always his own women. White supremacy's greatest trick wasn't just oppressing us. It was teaching us how to oppress each other. So when a black man uses his platform to tear down black women, it's just not exposing them. It's exposing him also. Let me tell you something. I
always say it. When black women couple with white or non-black men, their journey to that interracial coupling has a different motivation, right? Very rarely do you hear a black woman on her way to coupling with a non-black man, her disparaging black men along the way, right? For black men, again, they want to disparage black women on the way to their interracial coupling. And so for me, their motivation is, I can't get you to do this, so I think a white woman or a non-black woman will do this. They say the same thing for Latinas. They say the same thing for Asian women. They say the same thing for white women. But we know there's dragons in every culture. Women who don't shut up. Women who speak their minds. Women who are not submissive. That comes in every culture. You banking on the stereotype that, and you hear Latino women being proud to be servants. I'm proud to take care of my man. Girl, shut the fuck up. You hear that, and that's how they've been trained and raised since they were little girls. So men think they can go over there and get a woman who, he said, black women don't listen to me. You don't deserve to be listened to. You came to a dating show with a wife beater on. I know we call them tank tops because wife beater is a horrible thing, but that's what he had on, buff with a white tank top on, an undershirt tank top, not a tank top that you wear above by itself, but a tank top that you wear underneath clothes. Wife beaters. Girl, I used to wear the hell out of wife beaters, baby. I love them. I would wear them with some jeans and a jacket or whatever. I wore them all the time. I used to buy them all the time. White ones too, but I'm like a black man's disparaging black women, and it's only to me as a white as a non-black woman, like, and 3 women popped their balloons when he said he doesn't want a black woman, and those other women stood there. What kind of self-respect do you have to hear a man say he don't like black women, but he wants you because you're submissive and you listen, and he can run his fingers through your hair?
I just, girl, stop.
Why aren't you popping your balloons? Why are your balloons still unpopped, full of air? Why? You don't have no self-respect, because if you will get with a man who disparages his women who look like his mother, what do you think he has planned for you? You have to have enough self-respect to hear a man disparage the group. Not to say that he's required to even date that group of women, but why are you disparaging them? And a preference is between 2 things that you like. That's what a preference is, right? Here we go. Mint chocolate chip ice cream. I love mint chocolate chip ice cream. It is my preference. If chocolate chip and mint chocolate chip are available, I'm choosing mint chocolate chip. But on my way to choose mint chocolate chip, I'm not saying fuck chocolate chip. I don't like chocolate chip. I want my motherfucking chocolate chip ice cream to be mint flavored. I don't fuck with that. Now, let me tell you something. If mint chocolate chip is not available, I'm going to take chocolate chip because it's still good and I still like it. A preference, when you prefer something over the other, you like both of them. You like both of them. Did you hear what I said? So you're not cussing out one group of women on the way to your coupling. If I was a woman and a man was disparaging his own group of women, well, I don't care if he's Latino, I don't care if he's Asian, I don't care what he is. If he's talking shit about the women that he came from, nigga, you shot out of a black pussy. That's the only pussy you could have came out of, is a black one. And you're disparaging where you came from, you don't deserve access to any women. And I'm so glad those 3 women popped their balloons. But those other 3 women that stood with their balloons full of air, you don't have no self-respect, because no man could stand up there and disparage his own group of people. And you stand there with your balloon looking. And it was the one shaped like a motherfucking tea kettle. Of course she had her balloon unpopped, because you want to be chosen by any person. Even if he says that he doesn't like because black women don't listen to me. You don't deserve to be listened to. You think because you exist with a penis that somebody should listen to you just because you're a man. And no, I need for more women to understand that I don't have to listen to you just because you're a man. What the fuck? Who the fuck do you think you are? This ain't no hierarchy, bitch. We egalitarian around this motherfucker. And if you think somebody needs to listen to you and follow your lead just because you got a fucking dick, you better think about that one again. Shit. I'm going to read some of the comments. To be honest, the woman that kept their balloons popped think the same way he does. The woman who kept their air in their balloon have no self-respect. You don't have no self-respect. If you and those are the supreme pick-me's. When I tell you, because they feel like the man is the prize and their competition is you. So if he's saying, "Oh, I don't like these women," they feel like, "Yeah, I gotta one up." Right? You know the way they act, they worship us, right? That's what the Latino girls say. They worship us. You don't mistreat what you worship, girl, because when they get in relationships with y'all, and even marry y'all, they're 200 times likely to get a divorce than other men in relationships with interracial relationships. So just because they choose you, what did I say? Just because they want to put their dicks in you doesn't mean they like you. It doesn't mean they like you. And I'm going to stand on that because it's the truth. And the way that he was talking, girl, there's no way. Shout out to the white women who popped their balloons, okay? Respect to the ones, to the hosts and the women that popped their balloon. He actually desires black women. That's why he keeps bringing them up. He just doesn't know how to deal with us because we will check the nonsensical attitude. He can find him a black woman who will do whatever he wants. One of them real supreme pick-me's. But you a supreme pick-me if a man can disparage other women in front of you because you see those other women as competition and that he's choosing you. You're being chosen by a man who was low down in the gutter, who showed up to a dating show with a motherfucking wife beater on. That's why you know they think that they're the prize. Because I can show up here not even dressed, not even fully dressed, and you will still leave your balloon unpopped. Disgusting. Shout out to who tagged me in this. Gigi Doll for real. She tagged me in that. I love when y'all tag me in stuff. Let's see what else y'all tagged me in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jay Lee. Shout out to Jay Lee's Corner. She just wished me a happy birthday. Shout out to everybody who wished the diva a happy birthday. Thank you. Shout out to the Brooke Ashley. Shout out to all the content creators. Shout out to y'all. Yes, 1975 was a good year, baby. Didn't I explain that to y'all how crazy it was? Because yes, you know, I was born on a Sunday. And then I had my chakra. I was explaining it to my kids. I had a chakra clearing, a sound bath, chakra clearing sound bath, and I had it during the hour. I was born in the 9 o'clock hour in the morning, and during the 9 o'clock hour, and my life path is a 9 too. And so I was in the sound bath at the time that I was born. Don't you love how things line up like that? And it's crazy that 50 years ago, I was born on a Sunday, and here I am again having my birthday on a Sunday, and then doing that sound bath during the hour that I was born. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, let me see what else I've been tagged in. Thank you, Scotty by Nature. Shout out to the content creators. Thank you. And congratulations on your book, Scotty. If you see this, congratulations on your book. He wrote a book, and it's coming out in September. So I'm proud of him. I'm proud of y'all writing books. The people keep telling me to write a book. I was talking to my therapist about it. She was like, you should. I was like, girl, I don't even know where to start, honestly. Yannick, shout out to Yaya. Shout out to Yannick. Thank you so much. You know, he's a Stephanie Mills makeup artist. He does other people, but his most recent job was Stephanie Mills, known with Pat McGrath, honey, in Paris. Shout out to Yannick, honey. He's another Virgo, tall Virgo, beautiful face. Shout out to Layla Lynn. You know I love Layla Lynn, baby. That's my baby, honey. I love me some Layla Lynn. I think she is gorgeous, honey. Shout out to Layla Lynn. Thank you. Oh, shout out to all of y'all. I love all the content creators. Shout out to y'all. Yes. My favorite. I love Layla Lynn. I think she is so beautiful. Oh, she's such a beautiful woman. So beautiful. You're a beautiful honey. I think you are the most beautiful. Every time I see her face, I'll be like, yes, give it to me, girl. She can't even help it, baby. Yes, I'll be so geeked every time she come on my screen. Shout out to Layla. Yes. All the people, shout out to y'all. I'm trying to find where y'all tagging me and stuff, and it's just a bunch of birthday messages. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. You guys cannot. I told you there's this post here where this woman talks about the father being absent from the daughter. And I said, you never miss what you don't know existed. Unless you ingest into a child that you need a man here to raise you, otherwise you're going to be imbalanced. What they need is masculine energy. They don't necessarily need a man there. Right? Because masculine energy is not exclusive to people with penises. Got it? So what you're asking for, because y'all assume that, hold on. Y'all assume that See, you're falling into the ideas of it needs to be a man and a woman raising a child just because the man provides sperm, and that's not true, right? You think Ebony K. Williams' daughter is going to miss a father? No, she's not. She's not. She don't even know that one exists, right? It's when you start ingesting that and then people get like feed that idea, oh, my kid is going to be somehow imbalanced because they don't have a father. A lot of the times, the home without a father is the safest, most healthiest place for a child. And I know there's millions of women who can attest to that. And their kids turn out fine, well-rounded, well-spoken, assertive, brings order to situations, respects other people. You don't need a man to teach people that. You don't need a man to be in a girl's life or she's going to have daddy issues and all that shit is fake. She's going to have daddy issues if the man was there and then he all of a sudden disappeared. But if the motherfucker was never there, nobody has anything to miss that was never there. Something that I've never experienced, I don't miss it because I've never had the experience. I don't miss it. What am I going to miss about it? What about not having that experience is going to affect my life? It's not. It's not. Everybody in the comments, you can't, but the essence of the dad will always be missed. That's not true. That is absolutely not. There's so many people who said they wish their dad would have got the fuck up out of there. There's so many people who said they felt safer when their dad left the home. Hello? So no, you don't need a man. You need masculine and feminine energy, right? Because you want the child to be well-rounded. You don't want them to reject their feminine. You want them to embody or learn aspects of masculine energy. Masculine energy isn't exclusive to people with penises. And feminine energy is not exclusive to people with vaginas. You can even see how it's not even right to even say anything like that. But there's so many people operating under this heteronormative ideology that a man needs to be there. And if we've seen over and over again, you can ask 10 men and 2 of them, 8 men, and 2 of them will say they didn't grow up with their fathers in the home. Did they miss the fathers? Maybe. I don't know. But I had coaches. I had other men in my life. But they don't need here's my dad. Here's a father. This is just not really, it's not necessary. And even in the olden days, the men wouldn't even be in the house. What you talking about? They out doing stuff. It will be the women and the feminine men and the eunuchs, right? The non-binary folk who would raise the children. The men will be out. Whatever the fuck they doing, they not in the home. And that's the wild part, because we have evolved into this idea that a man needs to be in the home when historically and generationally, men have not been in the home. Even if they come home after 10 hours of work, they come home, they go to sleep and go to work in the next day. Are they spending the time with their children, or he just needs to be there? He just needs to be there in his lazy boy watching TV. Is that's what you need to have the dad around? There's a lot of people who had their dads around and the dad had no emotional connection to none of the children. You have a dad around down to Letitia Scott's house. He almost killed his child giving him peanut butter. Dad in the home though. So you have to understand, it's just not anybody in the home. Just because he's the father doesn't mean he's healthy for the family. And I was thinking about that the other day, talking about sperm and egg compatibility. And just because you're compatible romantically doesn't mean your sperm and egg is romantically is compatible. Doesn't mean that. And I think a lot of infertility issues are happening because people think, oh, I found my one true love and we're about to have babies after babies. And they don't even realize their sperm and egg is not compatible. So now you think something is wrong with you. No, it's really the sperm and the egg are not. They're not. The egg is not choosing the sperm. Get away from me. Get away from me. The egg chooses the sperm. Hello? But in this upside down world, you think the man chooses the woman. The man, it's everything is on him to legitimize you. But you don't even think about, you're now in a relationship with somebody and you don't even think about whether your sperm and egg are compatible. You think just because you're compatible that you're just going to start having children when you want to. And your bodies are like, no, I don't think so. I don't care what the fuck y'all got going on out there. in the world. But inside of here, we're rejecting all his sperm. And then you in the hospital trying to take a bunch of shots. And shout out to the women who are doing all that. Here's sending you energy of strength and perseverance, girl, because what the fuck? Spending all that money to make something happen that's literally your body is saying, but you're going to circumvent that and make you a baby, hook or crook, with somebody whose sperm is not compatible with your eggs. I said, ironically, you can't miss what you never knew was there. There's 43 replies under here of women. And a lot of, and what I'm noticing is the black women. They really have put into us that a man needs to be there. They really have put into us that you are stigmatized because a man is not there. A lot of your homes are safer without a man there. I just read a report that a man went into the basement of his wife's job and shot her. She was trying to leave him and he killed her. There's too many women desiring to be in partnership with a predator, with their greatest threat. And too many stories are saying that the closer they are in proximity to you, the more dangerous they are to you. I said, ironically, you can't miss what you didn't know. This one comment was so good here. Somebody said, there's a longing that happens when fathers are missing. No, that's only if you inject into your child the idea, where's their father? They hear you talk, the father isn't here. Kids don't, girl, ask people. The only time they miss a father is when the father was there and then all of a sudden he's not there. Then because they've had the experience. But if I don't know. I've never eaten ratatouille. I've never eaten that. And that it doesn't, although it's beautiful, it doesn't look appealing to me. I don't miss it because I've never had it. Why would I miss ratatouille? I don't have it. Is that what it's called, ratatouille? You know what I'm talking about, with the squash, the different color squash all in a circle. That don't look appealing. That don't even sound right to my mouth. I don't know, girl, I don't want none of that mushy ass, what do you call it? Zucchini? What is it? Zucchini? It's zucchini and other. I don't want that mushy ass stuff. Get it out of here. Mush, baby food. Get it out of here. I don't want it. It's beautiful. I don't miss it. You think I miss ratatouille? I've never experienced it. Why? How would I miss it if I've never experienced it? Now, if I've gone somewhere and I haven't had pho in a long time, I'll be like, I miss having pho because I've had the experience. Y'all want to inject this idea, and that literally draws back to the heteronormative idea that a man and a woman need to be raising a child in order for the child to be well-rounded. And it's simply not true. Studies and statistics and research have shown you that it's not true. Yes, you have studies and statistics that say, oh, the person has daddy issues. They typically have daddy issues when the dad was there and now he's gone. Abandonment, rejection, and all the bullshit. And that's not for girls, that's for just children in general. I said, you're thinking from a traditional framework, believing that children know what's missing, even if it never existed in their world. All children born have a mother and father. It's not tradition, but facts. No. They have a biological mother and father. Does not mean the father needs to be in the child's life in order for the child to come up well-rounded. That it's only sperm and egg, honestly. And then you have a biological father and mother from that. But if the father is never there, even if the mother is never there, the mother dies in childbirth. They have no idea. Oh, I know I came from a woman. Am I supposed to miss my mother? Especially if the mother dies before the child is aware that, oh, this person is my mother. Some are fine with it, some are not. Some will wish they grew up with their father, some will care less. I said, think about children who are adopted by single people. They have no clue. Or kids who never knew they had a dad. I've heard kids say they come from their mother. That's the only parent they needed. We are all complex beings, and feeding children a fake traditional mindset of how families look might then they believe they're missing something. Most children don't miss being raised by a man. Look at the fatherless rates around the globe. The kids will be fine. Then this person came with a comment. They don't miss a bad parent, though. They miss and long for the kind of parent that would give them exactly what their heart needs: unconditional love, validation, and support. Kids don't miss someone that would cause them nothing but pain. So if a parent is causing only damage to a kid's life, it's better to remove that said parent entirely from their lives before the poor kid receives scars that can never heal. I grew up with an abusive dad, and when my mom finally left, I could heal so much and my life changed for the better. So I'm 100% certain that a kid does better without having both parents in their life, even if that hurts, than being in the presence of a bad one. I think it makes a difference when the parent left as well. The baby girl in this video never knew him, which makes it easier than when the dad would have decided to leave when she was 6 years old. I guess the world be even way more painful, so maybe better she never remembers it differently. Children don't miss a bad parent. They miss and long for the kind of parent that will give them exactly what they need. Is a lot of Black women, and I think that comes from being single mothers being stigmatized. I said, I appreciate your, oh no, somebody said, I appreciate your concern, but I assure you that abandonment will not affect my life at all. I have more than enough supporters and my uncles, cousins, sisters, my mother. He was not missed, but not only by me, but my sisters as well. Somebody said, when children see other children with a father around, then they feel a certain way. I don't think that that's true. Ask your kids. If you have a child that has never met their father or never been around their father, like these boys, they don't miss their father. They left when they was 3 and 5. I left Atlanta 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 3 and 5. I left. They don't. And when they went to visit him, the youngest one said, I know what you're talking about. I understand what you're talking about when you talk about our dad. I get it. I get it. I asked them, do you think you missed out? They said, based on his personality, no. Like, no, that's not something that I would miss. Do you think you missed out on having a dad around? Both of them say no. I asked them stuff like that. Do you think you missed not having a dad? They don't. They said no. And I'm like, do you think that there's something that your dad could have taught you that you might have missed out on? One of them says, when I talk to him, he doesn't really talk about anything. He talks mostly about what he's eaten. He asks me a few questions. But if you wanted to teach a child, you say, hey, I'm going to FaceTime you on Friday. We're going to talk about such and such. Or I'm going to read you this, ba, ba, ba. Or I'm going to teach you about da, da, da. But that doesn't happen. So what are you missing? You have offered nothing. A lot of them don't even have anything to offer. Honestly, I would rather you not offer anything than to offer something that is whack or not helpful at all. What did you learn? I asked them when they went to visit their dad, what'd you learn about your dad? Did you ask him questions about his life? Nothing. What'd you learn? They learned that he's a curmudgeon. They learned that one learned that his father was talking to him loud on a public bus, talking crazy to him loud and on public transportation, embarrassed him. Because their personalities don't change just because you leave them. They don't get better. I told you their father got married after I left him. She didn't listen to the Yelp reviews. She thought her life was going to be different. She divorced him within, I think, 5 years. The personality doesn't change, right? Because another woman is available. The personality doesn't change for the children. They're the same person. That's what a lot of people like Erica Dixon said about Imani. When she grows up, she'll see who her father is. I ain't gotta say shit. Y'all let me know what you think. Tell me your experience. Unfortunately, in this scenario, the statement is untrue. Children do indeed miss the absent parent. All we can do as present parents is our best and recognize the void is there. I said, think about children of women who choose single motherhood and with the use of a sperm donor. They don't understand the concept. They won't miss what didn't exist. Children grow up in full families and the sperm donor is never present and they all come out fine. Little mama will be just fine. Because the caption says, ever since finding out I was having Coco, I felt this overwhelming sense of faith that God would forever make a way for us. Oh, come on. Hold on. Let me go back. Coco's dad left when she was 3 months old. I'm reading the whole caption. I didn't call, wonder, or try to persuade him to be there. I didn't know what the future held, but I knew for the rest of her life I would clap so loud for her that she wouldn't notice who wasn't clapping, basically. My mother passed a few years before I had Coco. I named Coco after her grandmother. I always felt it in my heart that she sent Coco to me. Ever since finding out I was having Coco, I felt this overwhelming sense of faith that God would forever make a way for us, and He has. One person not showing up for her sparked a hustle so deep in me. If I had it my way, she'd never feel pain, but I can't promise that. What I do promise is I will never leave, never. And I remind her how worthy she is, how beautiful and valuable. Her little shoes, her little Adidas are so cute. Oh, they're so little and they're so cute, little red velvet sambas. I will be a soundboard, a cheerleader, a best friend, a protector, and an example. It's us forever, girly. But the comments are going off. My son's father left while I was in NICU, claiming it was too traumatic. My son was 15 ounces at birth, born 17 weeks early. 135 days we did, 135. I spent literally 15 hours of every single day next to his incubator. I can proudly say he turned 15 months old yesterday. Really should be 11 months old. He's 18 pounds ahead of his milestones, walking and babbling. Keep going. Y'all got a new follower. Sometimes I need motivation to know that not having the perfect family dynamic is okay. And the son will thrive without that man. Honestly, I told her, you got this, mama. You got it. You got it. And the reality is it's not a man, it's masculine energy that because and people, so many people have not come to the awareness that masculinity isn't exclusive to men with penises. That's not exclusive to them. Everybody can embody masculine energy. And when you think of masculine energy, go online and read the traits of being a masculine. I said it the other day. Part of masculinity is knowing when to bring order to a situation that is out of order. Do you understand? You even see it in the primates. The masculine will come through, and if they're like fighting, will come through and break it up and bring order. That's masculine energy, bringing order. Because feminine energy, a lot of people don't understand, it's very chaotic. It's very chaotic and it has to be free. It has to be able to move like that. But we're in a system where they put those confinements on you. And now you're in this labor identity where you're doing labor for men in a patriarchy. But you're and being confined to how women should act. A woman's energy is chaotic. It really truly is. Think about the things that our bodies go through, especially giving birth. That's not feminine. That's fucking war. Life and death happening at the same time. That's war. How bloody it is. There's nothing feminine and pink about giving birth. So the ideas that they have put on femininity, it's a very confined space. And that's why women are coming up ill in their bodies. Very confined expression of femininity when femininity is chaotic. Masculine energy brings order, not men bringing order. Do men bring order? Point me in the direction where men are bringing order. Show me. Tell me. Get down in the comments and tell me where the men are bringing order. Where are they bringing order and not creating chaos and disorder and killing people because they don't want to be with them anymore? I'm telling you, this shit is upside down. So kids don't need a man around. They need masculine energy. And mothers or people who are mothering can bring that. You don't want men not being able to access a masculine. Masculine is bringing order. These men want to create chaos and disorder everywhere they go. Everywhere they go. Look at the world that is under a system of patriarchy, especially in the United States. Look at it. Look at it. Does it look in order to you? So you know that you're already out of order in your masculine energy. I don't need you around any child. I don't need a man to teach my children how to be upstanding human beings who are men. I don't need a man to inject any of this toxicity of how a man should show up. Just like I said on the other video, I have taught my sons, don't ever let a man, because I know it will be a man, will tell you that the more pussy you get access to, that the more of a man you are. If you're able to find a woman and have her submit to you, that's a testament to your manhood. It's not. It's not. And I know that no matter where he is, because everybody ain't raised the same. No matter where he is, if a man says that, something's going to perk up him. Like my mother told me, the things that these men are teaching boys, where you think, I need a man to teach my son how to be a man. Do you? Why? You can't teach him how to be an upstanding person who respects other people, who doesn't think that he's the center of the world? You can't teach him? You need somebody with a penis to teach him? That doesn't even, girl, that doesn't even make sense. When you actually talk about it, that doesn't even make sense. You don't, what kind of fathers are not in the home? You are going to demonize and stigmatize women who choose not to have a man who doesn't bring anything to the situation. Yeah, she chose him. Yeah, she had a baby by him, but it's okay for her to say, you know what? I don't have to stay stuck by you. I don't have to have you in my home. I don't. And if you can't maintain consistent contact with your children, if you're not in the home, then you wasn't fit to be a motherfucking father in the first place. And that woman should give that baby her last name, and because that's her motherfucking baby. The way these men act when they don't have access to the mother anymore, how they act like the children don't exist. That's the one you wanted in the home. I have a right to say I don't want that person in my home, and you're not going to stigmatize me for choosing myself and then my children's safety. A lot of these men don't belong, and they shouldn't be in the home. They literally should be out. And the women and the femmes and the gays and the non-binary feminine men, they are the ones that are raising the children, ironically. And shout out to Dominique Morgan. She was talking about how many gay men are raising children, and they are. And they are. This man, I just read a story, like I said, I just read a story of a man who went into a basement of his wife's job and murdered her. Hold on. I just left a comment. Can we go see? Yeah, we can go see where we left comments. I'm going to go find it. Shout out to Instagram for that feature. That's actually a really great feature that you can go back and see where you've left comments. So I'm going to go right back to here. Okay, here it is. I want y'all to listen.
Mario Green accused of shooting and killing his ex-wife in the basement of Henry Ford Hospital here on Grand Boulevard on the city's west side. He has since fled the scene. Again, that lockdown has been lifted. This is still very much an active crime scene, though. I'm joined now by Assistant Police Chief Charles Fitzgerald. AC, you guys just got some new information about Mr. Green and his date of birth, as well as his relationship with his ex-wife. Yes, sir. Some of the original information we put out was incorrect. We are looking for a Mario Dwayne Green. He's got a date of birth of 8/28/1971. His physical description, what he was wearing when he left, the vehicle, that is all still the same. Gotcha. We want to make sure the right date of birth is out. And you learned a bit more about the relationship with his ex-wife and more recently some paperwork filed in regards to that. Yes, sir. As about a month ago, the wife had filed, or ex-wife filed for a personal protection order. Unfortunately, it was not served on her ex-husband. So it almost brings us. Lockdown has been lifted. And earlier during that first update from Chief Bedison, you said that you guys were sweeping the building just to ensure that everything was on the up and up inside the campus. Any updates on that, and just even a recap on everything that went down here this morning? Yeah, the sweep is concluded. We found no other injuries, no other people injured at any point throughout the hospital. We are still actively looking for Mr. Green. Again, this morning about 9:55, he encountered his ex-wife down in the basement, fired a shot that ultimately ended up killing her. He fled the location, got out to West Grand Boulevard onto Lodge. He is in a 2011 white Dodge Charger. We want that to, so call us, please. But please do not approach, do not try to apprehend.
Right, because he has a
You
gun.
can call 596-2260, which is homicide. Or if you want to even remain anonymous, you can call Crime Stoppers. We'll get it pretty quickly. But we want.
And if he killed the person he was laying with, what you think he gonna do to you?
During that first update from Chief Bedison, you said that you guys were sweeping the building. Just
Here's a picture of him with a backpack on. Here's a car he's driving away from, a Dodge motherfucking Charger. This is crazy. A manhunt is currently underway in Detroit after a man fatally shot his ex-wife while she was working at the local hospital. Mario Green was last seen exiting Detroit's Henry Ford Hospital at 9:55 a.m. They claim he entered the basement of the hospital where his ex-wife, Patricia Brown, was working and fatally shot her during the argument. Metro Detroit police are asking for the community's help locating Mario. They claim he was last seen heading north on Lodge Freeway in a white 2011 Dodge Charger. Police are still actively investigating the case and trying to figure out how Green even got access to the basement of the facility. He was spotted wearing all black with a gold chain. Authorities said he's considered armed and dangerous, and they also claim that just 1 month prior, the victim filed for a personal protection order that was never served. What does a protection order mean when someone is willing to kill and go to jail? Punk ass will probably go somewhere and shoot himself. That's the crazy part. They will, instead of just leaving, right? Because they're the ones who bring order. They're the protectors and the providers. They're the heads of household. They're the leader of your families. But I don't know if they have children. It doesn't say that they have children or anything. But the fact that he's probably going to self-sacrifice, because y'all don't like to say suicide, self-sacrifice. Leave, if she possibly has children, leave the children with no mother. Why? Because she was trying to leave you? Why? What did she do for you to shoot her, to kill her, to take her out of here? And that's why you say the gun is an extension of their penis, because that's how they exert their manhood, is using that fucking pistol to take you out of here. That's like that man who killed that woman, and when the cops asked him, why did you do that or something, his excuse was, I'm a man. Like, basically, this woman is not going to talk to me any kind of way. She's not going to do nothing. I will kill her before I let her talk to me like that, or before I let her leave me. I will take her out of here. If you need an order for protection, you also need a gun. For everything I've been reading, she was failed by the police, the courts, her employer, on so many different occasions. This didn't have to happen. It's not all man, but it's always a man. Women's protection needs to be taken seriously. These protection orders do absolutely nothing. Dating has become very scary every day. And instead of opting out of it, you keep risking your life doing it. Even though the numbers stay, they're here. But it's like, it's a risk. It is the risk you take. It is the risk you take. Me, I'm good. I had enough experience to know that I'm not willing to take that risk. I don't want to put myself through any unneeded stress. lives. I don't need an extra person bringing disorder and like chaos and anxiety and eh, misery. I don't, girl, because I know. So, like I said in the other video, they don't have to change because they're not, and there's no incentive to. You have to change. And how many times are you going to be like Tamar Braxton trekking through the tundra with her staff and canteen in hand, seeing mirages of good men and running towards them and jumping on them and wanting to get married all of a sudden? Bambi. I think of Bambi. You don't even know this dude. But we live in a system that encourages you to fulfill this need, this idea that you must be in a relationship. And that's the only thing that is valuable. Your friendships, those need to be just as valued, as more value than you put in being in a romantic relationship. Because those are going to last longer. The way that people be cutting their girlfriends off for a man, and the man don't even last. And now you got to go back. And who do you get your, like I said, who do you get your restoration from? You might get it from a gay man if that's a man, but you're not getting it from, they're going to be like, what did you do? Why'd you do that? You shouldn't have did that. Listen to how men give other women advice. Girls never serving them. Now you got this man on the run. Like I said, he's probably going to put the gun in his mouth, put the dick in his mouth before he jumps up out of here. Another woman cries for help, gets annoyed. Another day, another angry, unemotionally intelligent man harming us. Y'all failed to mention that she moved from her old place because he was stalking her and requested a transfer from her job to another hospital and was denied the transfer. RIP to her. I know those people at the job feel stupid as fuck. But why would we take women serious? Nothing you say means anything. I gotta hear it from a man before I believe it. Hospitals really need better security protocols. Anyone can just walk into a patient's room or walk pretty much anywhere they want. Right? How did he get down to the basement? I need to see all his steps through the hospital. How the fuck did he get into the basement? Shouldn't there be a code? Like, there's some places where you need codes to go behind different doors. How the fuck did he get in the basement? And then it's a man talking about there's some dangerous women too. This extra weird behavior for men needs to be the most discussed topic on y'all podcast, not how bills should be split. Right. That's the crazy part of it. No one talks about how violent men are in intimate partner relationships. All y'all do is want to talk about who's to split a bill and who should pay something and who should go 50-50. Girl, we need to talk about how dangerous these men are when they get close to you. That's what you need to talk about. But no, that fucks up the fantasy. That's why you get called bitter and salty and miserable and you don't have a man and this and that. Because don't break up my fantasy. Are you crazy? Why would you do that? That's why some people they don't really care for me. Because why would you break up the fantasy? Why are you doing that to us? We're living in a fantasy world where we run towards our predators. They get to tell us, oh, we legitimize you. If you don't have one of us next to you, you're illegitimate. What are you talking about, you woman? That's still the vibe. Then how many times are you going to try with these people who have no incentive to change? Do what you want to do. But how many times are you going to risk your life? How many times are you going to ignore numbers? Have all the relationships you want to have. But the way that these dudes act, I'm telling you, the flag doesn't need to turn all the way red for you to start reevaluating some shit. If you're on the tundra with your goddamn staff looking for a man, you better be really, really, really selective. And even if you are, there's still no guarantee. You might want to break up with him and decide, like, oh, here's a red flag. And then he start acting weird outside of your house, coming up to your job. No, sending you, making fake pages, sending stuff to the blogs, whatever the fuck is going on. But then somehow you need these men to be raising boys.
It was gone.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really.
Just because you're a mom, just because you can have babies doesn't make you a good mother. And just because you can have children as a man doesn't make you a good father. Just because you're able to reproduce doesn't make you good at it. Doesn't mean you should be one. They want to put controls on abortion. Half you motherfuckers' bloodline needs to end with you. Half of you. I'm gonna give another half. Maybe you can have some offspring. You might be worthy of offspring, but a lot of people aren't even worthy of offspring, to be honest. Women too. We saw that mom down there with the little baby. The little baby was killed, and the father had previous child endangerment issues. Let me see. I'm looking for some other stuff I left comments on. Right. Somebody says, does being married stop you from being a single mother? This is the same page that the woman who had her daughter is, the father is not around. Does being married stop you from being a single mother? No, there's a lot of married single women. That's like a phenomenon. You've been duped to say, oh, man needs to be there. And then he's there and he's fucking useless. So many people that can attest to that. From every aspect of the globe, we can have the fucking shit on the board and put a scenario in Texas and put a pin there. And then let's take another string and take it to Southern California. Oh, you can put a pin there too. Oh, let's take it up to Idaho. Ooh, is something happening over there like that too? How are these stories so similar? What's the common denominator? Oh, y'all all in relationships with men, different races, different ethnicities, and they seem to be showing up the same. How is that possible? You're just choosing wrong, girl. Y'all don't see the grift. I'm just saying. There's nothing wrong with having friends. I have male friends. I do. Yes, I do. But they're different. It's crazy. And I don't know how different they are because I don't know how they are in relationships because I'm not in relationships with them. I'm not in relationships with them. We have friendships, but I'm not in relationships with them. We are friends. Right? That's it. I don't date men. I don't make the male friends I've had for at least 10 years. Like they're not new. They're not new in my life. Some of them since I was in high school. So they're not new men in my life. You understand what I'm saying? But if I ever heard about them being abusive to somebody, oh no, we know I'm cool. I don't need to talk to you anymore. And I'm straight like that. That's what I was talking about the other day. Like I don't understand how women who have witnessed their partner being abusive to someone, how do you not feel like maybe that kind of like behavior would be directed towards you? I'm not telling y'all to be scared, but I'm just saying like you have to be safe. And to me, I feel like the safety comes with the least amount of risk. And I'm not willing to risk it. I'm just that it's not for me. And then not to keep going on, I think there's other ways to experience relationships with people. Like you don't have to be like, I'm not telling you to become this goddamn hermit recluse. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you to prioritize other relationships because it seems like the closer they are to you, the more dangerous they are. And there's studies to prove that, right? But this value system that tells you you need to value being in relationships with romantic relationships with men over just having platonic relationships with men. right? And even then, sometimes you'll get one who will try to like use you for labor, right? I've had that experience. They're not my friends anymore. I'm not cool with them anymore because I feel like, oh, you only call me when you need help with something. Free labor. Let me figure out how I can get some labor out of this creativity, this creative person who has really good ideas. No, nigga, you got to pay. You do. I'm not giving out free ideas to you motherfuckers. I've had that experience before. Call me and be talking to me and I be helping them with ideas and just being a helpful person, not really knowing, like looking back now, oh, you were really using me to get ideas, to help coordinate, to help organize, right? And me, I'm a Virgo, so I'm gonna be like, okay, like I can tell you how to do it. I got the ideas. Let me tell you how it's gonna do. But now you realize, oh, that's what they was calling you for, because they didn't know, so they need somebody else to help them with it. Girl, no, you got to pay. You got to pay. It says DDG just released a reality TV to another. Oh, wait, it says DDG just took reality TV to another level. The rapper has officially launched the highest and a highly anticipated dating show. Are you my ball? Are you my ball? Like, what does that mean? A ball? Like an object? What are you talking about? What does ball mean? I'm not hip. I'm not hip. You know, I just turned 50. So I'm not hip to the what's going on. Girl, I can't even believe it. That sounds crazy as hell. I just turned 50. 50? Girl, what? That's so weird to me. It is so weird. It is. It is. Let me see.
To my show, Are You My Ball? Okay. This is my biggest project ever. Been planning this for 2 months. A lot of y'all was already in the auditions. Y'all seen Houston, y'all seen Atlanta, y'all seen LA, y'all seen all these different women fight for my love. A lucky 25 was picked, okay? Those 25 girls have been flew out to come here to compete for my love, okay? With that being said,
First of all, who would want love from you after witnessing the way that you did Hallie? Any woman who went on that show is going on that show to be in the spotlight. They're not going on there for your love. They can't be. I can't. I mean, the girls be dumb sometimes. Our eyes wound up until they're not. Then I just say they don't listen. They don't listen. Girl, there's no way those auditions should have been empty. But there's always a new crop. So why should he change? If you have a baby by him, he's probably going to stalk you. If you go out of town, he's going to go into your home, find a way to get into your house and take pictures of your bed and send them to you. That's nuts. That's some shit that you see on You, right? With Joe. That's some shit you will see over there. That's weird. No woman should even risk that. Like, why would you take the risk? But like I say, and I'm going to end with this, sometimes you have to experience it yourself to get the lesson. And that's unfortunate because the girls are out here talking, trying to save the lives. And the girls are risking it. They just keep risking their lives. And by prioritizing something that statistically, I mean, the research, I mean, like you could just, it's just like all around. It's all around you. And it's just like, no, I have a fantasy. You are not about to ruin it for me, bitch. And you're just bitter. No, no, no. No, I'm not. I'm not bitter. I'm just saying what, you know. I told you the people be asking me my skincare routine, and I tell them it's no man essentials. They'll take my idea. See, I have all the ideas. No man essentials, girl. So this is, I have never used, I just use normal. I have never done any, like, I know you can probably tell. Like, I feel like I look like my age, but I don't know if it's a necessarily 50. That is so weird. And when I, even as I'm looking at myself in this camera, I'm just like, 50, really? You made it to 50. Like, that's crazy. The number is crazy. But then the way that, I guess maybe you associated like how a person should look, like how should y'all be looking like, oh, I'm an old lady? Like, no. Mm-mm. And then you see those pictures of the girls in relationships and what they look like, and then what they look like out of the relationship. And they tell you that you need them, but then when they're there, they're just like, and now you like, mm-mm, no, go away from me. I wonder what happened to Tamar. Honestly, I really do. I want to know. Lil Nas X, he'll be. I think he'll be all right. Uh, Crazy enough, his management or publicist or nothing has come out with any kind of statements from his team. So I don't know what's going on. What the crazy part is, he might be gooping everybody. It might be a whole motherfucking prank, and he's willing to just go to jail for it and get arrested. I don't know. You never know. But I really want to know what happened to Tamar. I really want to know, was she given something? Did she take something consensually and it was like bad or something and she passed out? Does she have some neurological issues going on? I mean, we don't necessarily need to know because it's her medical, you know what I'm saying? But you know how people come out when things happen to them, and they'll come out and talk about it, and she doesn't know what happened. It's like, that's scary when you think about it, because what happened and who was there, and why were you alone when it seems like you're always around, like there's always someone around, you know? I really want to know what happened to Tamar. I do. Anyways, let's go. I think that's it. Oh, girl, it says an hour. Take care of each other, protect your energy. I'm gonna go now because it's been an hour, and I'm gonna go and do my thing and have a good Monday. So take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.